The English is fine. I know possible, I know crime, but in real life, we only need to limit them to commit possible crimes. Hi there, and thank you for submitting your letter for assessment at IELTS Juice. Let's look at the rubric. The rubric says a large company in your area has decided to spend a certain amount of money, either to sponsor a local children's sports team for 2 years or to pay for 2 open-air concerts. It has asked for feedback from the general public. Let's just put IELTS aside for a moment and really look at the beauty of this opportunity. Now imagine your neighborhood, your district, your town, your city, and you have this chance to write a letter directly to this organization or company. And by doing this, you can talk to that company and you can tell them, okay, please, if it's okay, put that money, invest that money in this area. Now, imagine in a real life scenario, imagine your place, and you can, for instance, ask a large AI company to invest in some servers in your place. Imagine a very successful British Premium League soccer or football team that would like to sponsor a not a maybe a sports stadium for you in your neighborhood, so your children can get firsthand the highest quality education in sports, in soccer, in football, whatever. It's just beautiful. Apart from this being IELTS, you have this opportunity to shake the future of your community. So I want you to understand how improving your English actually matters. Now we're going to write a letter to this company, and in our letter, we're going to describe the benefits of sponsoring the sports team. We're going to summarize the benefits of paying for the concerts, plural, 2 open-air concerts. And finally, we're going to say or cast our vote, and we are going to say how we think the company should spend the money. All right. As I am looking at it, we have separate items. We have one to just talk about the benefits of the sports team and how we can sponsor it and how beneficial it will be. And there's another paragraph about the 2 open-air concerts. I insist on the details, please. This is important. Details. IELTS has given us details. This is not just some company, it's a large company. It's in your neighborhood. You need and that company is going to put in a certain amount of money. Really start thinking about maybe $1 million, $2 million, $23.5 million into your community as an investment. I want you to start thinking about it. And you can see it, we're talking about children's sports team, not teenagers, not young adults. Children's sports team, not for 1 year, not for 3 years, 2 years. Details matter. When IELTS gives us specifically details like this, we also need to reflect nothing at IELTS is free. If IELTS gives us details, expects in return details in your letter. That is key. So with that out of the way, let's look at the response. Oh yeah, and of course we need to say our own opinion in the end, and our opinion can be in favor of both, in favor of one, doesn't matter. Dear sir or madam, we don't know the name of the CEO of the company or the individual who's responsible or the manager who's responsible for this particular project. So that makes sense. You can start by saying, dear sir or madam, or you can say to whom it may concern. But the core idea is that this is not an informal letter. This is a very formal letter. You're addressing a position. You're addressing not just a person, but that person is a decision maker of a business that handles money. This is business. It's formal. So we need to use formal salutation. I am writing to you in relation to your decision to donate money to my local community. That's a very blunt, direct opening. I wish we could add a little bit more, not sugarcoating, but a pinch of gratitude to it. Like, yes, I am writing to you in relation for your fantastic decision. Try to use some appreciative language. You're allowed to do that. You actually need to do that. And also you need to learn this skill because in reality, you really need to butter up the politicians and people in power. They feed on this. You need to tell them how magnificent and how beautiful they are, how groundbreaking this action is. It may be or not, but that's besides the point. We still need to show how appreciative we are. Okay, so it's an opportunity lost. It's not bad. It's not erroneous. There are no errors. It's fine. It could be better. Spending money on children's team, we want to focus on our children's team. It's our neighborhood. It's our place. So I want you to be very, very specific. Has two major advantages. Again, we're a little bit blunt. It works. It works, but it's a risky move. Firstly, not only could it improve inversion, not only could it improve their health, but it is also may is not correct. So it is like it may also help. This is a mid position for adverbs. Mid position means it comes right before your main verb. Main verb is important. This is the auxiliary verb. It's not, the poor thing is not that important. So the main verb matters, and whatever adverb you have comes right before the main verb. That is the standard mid position. And we are writing a standard letter. We are not allowed to just change its place and put it anywhere we want. Yes, in speaking, it's fine, but in writing, we need to stick to formality and standard. Especially, this is a formal letter, so the context matters. So, but it may also help them to choose a suitable future career. Career is a countable noun. We should say a career. As a, it's not a professionnel, it's professional athlete. Okay, as a, I wish we could stick to children. Why a? Like as a team? Not wrong, but team is a word that can be used singular and plural. When we say singular, we look at team as one entity. In this context, I personally prefer that we look at a team as individual members of a group. So elements, people, children are important in that team. So I decide that team, the word team for me is a plural noun because I want to focus on the members inside the team, because they're our children. These are people I see every day. This is my neighborhood, my town, my city. These are not my children, but my child probably plays with these children on a daily basis, which makes their health and their protection part of my health and my protection and my responsibility. So I would have chosen a different path. But from a grammatical point of view, from the vocabulary point of view, it's fine. No problem. Secondly, doing sport may prohibit them from committing double T, because stress is on MIT here, and this is consonant vowel consonant style. And when we add ing, we need to double the final consonant. Only possible crime. Prohibit them from committing only possible crime? It doesn't make sense to me. Only possible crime. The English is fine. I know possible, I know crime, but in real life, we only need to limit them to commit possible crimes. I don't know. And it might prevent them from becoming a juvenile delinquent. There's a missing N. Yeah, you prevent people from, then you need an ing gerund, the ing format of the verb that comes after that. That's the style. Okay, so in this first paragraph, we focused on two reasons. We didn't expand, we didn't develop them very well, but we managed to say something here and there. Okay, and it's about our children's sports team. It lacks a little bit of depth, and in all honesty, when I look at it, imagine I were a member of this large company and I was to read this letter. I wouldn't be convinced that this is a very good way to invest. It, doesn't have that urgency or necessity or appreciation to it. After spending money on concerts, what do you mean by after spending money on concerts? You have already spent money on concerts once the money is spent on concerts? I believe it may help my local community to have more fun. Can you elaborate on that? This program may both improve their social communication and their knowledge of our contemporary music. I am happy to hear this, but I would like to know what your contemporary music style is. Again, not wrong. I was hoping I could receive more information here. Moreover, it may lead to bringing, usually when you say it may lead to, you need to say a noun or a noun phrase. So we prefer not to use a verb because we want to say it may lead to something, and that thing must be in a generic term. If this is a gerund. Gerunds are considered nouns. Families together, even for a short period of time. What do you mean by short period of time? Are you referring to the two-year period? What was given here? Yeah, 2 years. But that 2 years is for the sports team, not for the open air concerts. It's just two open air concerts. And there is a reason it says open air, because it happens in spring or summer, mostly summer. That's the time when you can actually hold concerts outside, or when the temperature is fine. You usually, not, it's not 100% accurate. You usually prevent or usually prefer open air concerts in summer. In winter, it's very difficult. It happens though during Christmas, celebrations, New Year's celebrations, people go out and enjoy if the weather calls for it. But usually when you insist on open air concerts, it happens in summer. So where was I? Okay, we finished the second body paragraph. Again, we addressed the topic, the issue. We talked about the benefits. We didn't develop the benefits. We just mentioned them, and they're good. They're good points. They lack that level of details that we're looking for here. So this is the third paragraph, which I presume is going to be about the writer's own opinion. Frankly, I believe spending money, this is extra, on our children's sports team is the correct collocation, is much better. We don't need this for two main reasons. So we decided on one project. Fair. Firstly, the future is theirs. And if you spend your money on nurturing in this group, our community will benefit from it in the near future. The near future. Secondly, they are the most energetic. We need, this is superlative, the most energetic generation in our society. So if they are oriented in the right way, not to they will be able to build not only their future, but also a better community. Okay, sounds fair. I like this paragraph better than the previous one, specifically the previous paragraph. I can relate to the writer's opinion and why spending money on that sports team is beneficial, not only in the next 2 years, but also in the near future for these children. I'm very happy with this direction that we're headed. Finally, I appreciate your decision on spending money on my local community. It actually is, in the real world, it's better to say investing money in our local community, because they're not spending like this. It's not being squandered. It's not being wasted. The money is a form of investment. They are helping you create a foundation of a much better community. And I look forward to allocating your money to our children's sports team. We need one S here. Okay. Okay. Again, very blunt. Like, I look forward to spending your money. I think everybody on this planet is like that. Like, we look forward to, it's not my money, but it's your money, and I look forward to spending your money on something that I prefer. Uh, but yeah, it's very blunt. I like the attitude, but at the same time, it's risky. We shouldn't do this all the time. It's a double-edged sword. Yours faithfully, which is a very good way to close a formal letter, 224 words. Let's look at the band descriptors. So as I see, I'm happy with the elements. We addressed all three elements in the task, the benefits of one side, the benefits of the other side, and then we chose one side, logical, and we very well, not perfectly, but we managed to develop our opinion very well. There are, however, elements that we need to discuss. One, referencing our community. What community? Our children's sports team, what type, needs to be clear. or clarified. There was part that we said after spending money, that after is weird. So we did have a, a good range of coercive devices. Many of them were used effectively, but we had at least one faulty cohesive device. So one of these connectors, these discourse markers. Vocabulary, we had, it's a letter. So in 200 something words, we had this many errors. So it is considered some errors in spelling and also specifically in word formation. Some of them were not wrong, but I had some struggles to understand. That also falls under this category. The communication between the writer and me was not 100% accurate. There were times I had to think and analyze and assume, or in my head try to fill in the gaps. It's not a good sign. I am the reader. Remember this. My job is to read. My job is not to write. My job is not to assume. My job is not to fill in the blanks or gaps. Anyway, it was wonderful reading this letter. I really enjoyed reading the whole thing. I hope next time I'll be assessing your task 2s or task 1s later on. Until then, take care.